And that's why we went with the MultiPROs. It was the versatility, the efficiency, the zoning integration. I would definitely install another one.
My name is Carlos Aruda. I am the owner of Service Professionals, and we install premium HVAC systems. This place we're at right now was a project for HGTV. We installed a brand new system called MultiPRO, very unique, and accommodated this old home very well.
We did the GREE MultiPRO ducted mini split systems here. Can you guys just give us some bullet points and tell us your experience?
Yeah, so we had a oil-based boiler, and it was our heating through radiators, 1936 radiators that are very heavy, as you guys know. Our first week, I think, we moved in, and they showed up and filled up the oil and turned around and gave us an invoice, and it was $1,000. And I was like, what have we done? We didn't think the heating and air conditioning system was gonna be that high on our list, but as it turns out, that summer was pretty brutal, and the two small mini splits that were in the house did not service the whole home. It was, hot and cold spots, and, we were watching TV in certain places of the house
and we
so on.
had to supplement bedrooms with
Oh yes, because everybody was piling into the primary bedroom because it was so humid over the summer.
So it was just inefficient.
We reached out, had several people come and get quotes to us, and it ranged from everything from, you don't want to leave your oil system, that's a mistake, to really, you were probably on the other end of the technology curve of really trying to listen to our needs, which was efficiency is very high on our priority list. Comfort was also there.
And home automation, having a smart system.
One of the great points that they mentioned to me was they wanted to get away from the oil. So I already assumed or knew that you weren't going in that direction. You want to go into a different direction. One of the estimates I did give you was for a regular AC system with a separate zoning with zone dampers. I wasn't too crazy about that because you still get the blow-by in certain zones when you're trying to block off one section. When I came across this system through GREE, through the training, it just seemed to be perfect timing. I gave you everything that you wanted. The efficiency, the zoning, and your heat pump system that you wanted with the heating and the cooling.
And the ability for automation.
And the ability for the automation, yes.
In case you haven't learned, automation is really important.
Yes.
The different zones that this system allowed us to do really fits with the way we live our lives. It allows us to really isolate the pieces of the house that are being utilized and not heating or cooling those parts of the house that are not.
So curiosity, have you heard about GREE prior to this install?
Never.
No, in fact, I turned to the internet. What I found in my own research was GREE's leading the pack with the lower temperatures because we're moving away from oil 100%. Like remove the boiler, remove the hot water tank, and we're going all electric with heat pumps. And that's a big step, especially in New England. It can get cold. And there's this pent up anxiety about heat pumps. You read it on the internet. With the technology, the way it's evolved, being able to actually still heat down at those lower temperatures is still a thing with the GREE product without the need for the heat tapes and some of those other things. It's super important to us.
Yeah, this is actually rated down to negative 31 degrees, but it works well below that. They just haven't rated what the outputs at those lower numbers.
I mean, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, we've installed quite a few units, Nancy, throughout this winter, had no issues. I actually went to a service call on that negative 19 day on a Sunday. We put one zone on a wall and it was far away from where they usually like to sit in the living room. I had recommended another zone, which I did leave a blank, and they didn't decide to go with one. And he was saying that it wasn't blowing out warm air. Turn the system on, 107 degree air coming out of that unit.
At negative 19.
At negative 19 degrees.
You brought this story up actually at the time when we decided to go with these new units from GREE because they're ducted systems, so you have more distribution of the air. People like ducted, but there's an efficiency loss.
If you went with a complete ducted unit, you'd lose so much space. You'd probably lose about a quarter of your basement easily.
We can even still walk underneath the units. They're compact.
Can we go take a look at it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's take a walk. How many units do we have down here?
We have 4 units down here. So there's one wall unit, so that's zoned for the basement.
really from a heating perspective during the winter, and then the summer, keeping the humidity out of the basement is going to be good for us.
This unit right here is the one that does the den, and that's a 9,000 BTU unit.
So see, I could walk underneath.
Yeah. Where the other systems still have to run a feed and return, I mean, I think probably would have been about this low by the time you had all the ductwork and the ceiling. It would have taken up a whole back wall all the way across to the back of your home. I honestly think this was really the best decision.
Yep. We're seeing the efficiency already in our bills as they come down. Our electric bill is a fraction of what they were. Even in the wiring of these, they don't require large circuits.
No, very low load.
They pull less than 1 amp a piece.
It's amazing.
Right, so we have multiple units on one breaker, and we can do that because of the low amperage that it's drawing. So on this product, we can install the ducted systems like you see here. We actually can do the standard style air handler. We can do a wall unit like what we're seeing here. We can do what's called the universal floor ceiling. So it actually can hang on the ceiling and blow out, or on the floor, what's called a mini floor console, which is a little bit smaller. And then we have cassettes that go up in the ceilings. And there's all different styles of the cassettes. So you can mix and match to match whatever is correct. There is no system that is 100% correct for all jobs. You have 3 separate units conditioning that first floor. So all 3 of those rooms that can be closed off from each other can have their own temperature in them and not affect the efficiency of the unit at all.
And I don't feel like we've cut our level of comfort. The house gets the temperature and then it's just maintained rather than these huge swings. If you go to the thermostats, it's within a degree all the time.
And that's really how a heat pump should work. Find your comfort temperature. It's designed to want to modulate at that lower 10% rate and save you energy.
And that's why we went with the MultiPROs. Like I said, it was the versatility, the efficiency, the zoning that you wanted, integration that you wanted. I thought I hit all the bullet points.
It definitely did.
I would definitely install another one.
We really want to thank you guys for doing this. At least come on in here, because you are a really big part of this. Again, going from a house to a home.
Thank you.
All right, and you guys have done wonderful, and we appreciate everything. You did your research. You did what you needed to do. You worked with a professional contractor to get it done, and you allowed us to come into your home and take up so much of your time. And that means so much.
Yes,
and Carlos,
thank you
too.
so much. Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thanks for doing everything you did for us and making it a home for us.
Really appreciate it.